Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. Today's video I wanted to show you guys how I decorated our Christmas tree, and as you guys can see, our theme for this year is a rose gold, white, silver type of theme, just very glam, and I love the way that it turned out. I was really inspired by a blog post I found on Pinterest, which I will link down below. I will also link down below my most previous video, which I showed you guys where I hauled all of these items such as the ornaments and the floral pieces and everything like that. Also in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to do this DIY faux fur garland and also how to do your own DIY flocked tree. So if you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with the DIY flocked tree. I just love the look of flocked trees because it just looks so snowy and realistic. So this is my tree here. It is a 7-feet tree that I got from Target last season. I think I got it on sale for like $20 or something like that, maybe cheaper. But it's a pretty decent tree. It's pretty full, but it just looks kind of boring and kind of plasticky. So to do the DIY flocked tree, you'll need a strainer. I picked this up from the Dollar Tree. You definitely don't want to reuse it after, so you want to get a cheap one. And then I got some Mod Podge from Michaels. I got this one in satin. You can get gloss or matte. I don't think it matters. You also need a spray bottle, so I just picked up this fabric refresher spray bottle from the dollar store and empty that out. And then lastly, you'll need some snow flock. So I bought this off of Amazon. This is the brand Sno-Bond, and this is a really good one because it's self-adhesive and it's pretty affordable, so I will link it down below. It also has the shimmery flecks in it, which makes it extra special. So to begin, you'll want to mix 3 parts water to 1 part Mod Podge. So basically 3 times more water than there's Mod Podge. You want to put that into your spray bottle, and then now you just want to spray your entire tree. You just want to get it a little bit damp and wet. You don't want it to be dripping wet. This is so that when you start to sprinkle on the snow flock, it has something to adhere to. So you want to add a little bit of snow flock into your strainer and then start to wiggle that back and forth. And then in your other hand, take your spray bottle and spray the snow flock while it's falling. So you want to spray it while it's mid-air. You don't want to spray your tree. You want to spray the snow flock so that it pushes it to the tree and adheres together, if that makes any sense at all. So of course you'll want to do this maybe outside if it's not too windy, or if you're doing it inside, make sure you have a tarp under or something laying under to catch the fallout. Don't forget to get in between each layer, the very top and the very bottom as well. Also, right after you're done sprinkling the snow flock, you'll want to change the liquid out of the spray bottle into just regular water and just spray your tree with the water to seal the Sno-Bond with your tree. And before removing the tarp, I do recommend giving your tree a good shake, but I am really impressed with this Sno-Bond because it did stuck really well. As you guys can see, this is me touching the tree after it's dried, and there isn't too much fallout, but again, I would suggest shaking down the tree just a little bit. But other than that, I love the way that it turned out. Next up, I'll be showing you guys how I made this DIY faux fur garland. I really wanted to add this to my tree because it looks like snow, and I found that this was the cheapest and easiest way to make this garland. So taking a bunch of these boxes, these are the handle and duster pads from the Target Up and Up brand. I used about 10 to 12 boxes, and they're only $2 each. So you get 5 of these dusters and then 1 of this stick, which you won't need. So first, starting off, you want to take 1 pad at a time, or 1 duster. You want to lay it out. They each have like these little blue tabs at the end. So taking your glue gun, you want to add a little bit of glue to 1 of those blue little tabs, and then the other one you want to fold that tab down and put that right on top of the glue. So you want to continue doing this to all of the dusters until you get your desired length for your tree. And again, I used about 10 to 12 boxes. Once you're done gluing them all together, you just want to go ahead and fluff it up, and now it just looks like very fluffy snow, and it's the perfect DIY faux fur garland. Finally, we can get into decorating the tree, and this was my favorite part, of course. So I'm gonna start off with our DIY faux fur garland first, and I'm just gonna start going around the tree, and I actually ended up having to rip the garland and just using most of it in the very front of the tree because I found that I didn't have enough, but next year I definitely will be more prepared. Next, I added the string lights, and I put the lights right on top of that faux fur garland we made, and also in between as well, just so that there was enough lights. I ended up using about 2.5 strands of lights, and the very half of the third strand, I bunched that up and I left it at the very top of the tree just so that it was a lot brighter up there. So I'm starting off with flowers first, just because I feel like there's some big pieces and I wanted to make sure I had room for those. So I'm going to start off with these very glamorous and sparkly rose gold flowers, and I'm just going to stick those and kind of separate them. And then I'm going to go in with these more champagne. They have clips, so I'm going to clip those, and making sure I don't put a lot of the same colors too close together. Next up, I'm going to start adding in these more pearlescent white, kind of light pink flowers, again just spreading those throughout the tree. Next up, we're going to add more of the simple ornaments, and these are ornaments that don't really have too much detailing. So I'm going to start off with these pearlescent pink ornaments, and then moving on, I'm going to add these gold sparkly ornaments, again making sure not too many of them are too close together that are very similar. And then I'm adding in these more disco ball looking rose gold ornaments, and then here we're adding some more longer ornaments. These have rose gold metallic and the other half is more matte. And then next up, I added in these just plain kind of white ornaments with some floral drawings that I did on there, or some paintings. I painted some floral pieces on there, and then adding in some smaller white ornaments. Next, I added more of the statement ornaments. So these are some rose gold, kind of like geometric shapes, which of course I showed you guys all in my previous haul video. Again, I will link down below. And then here I'm adding in our picture frames. So I picked up 3 picture frames and put a picture of my family, Jer's family, and then a picture of us. I really wanted to add this because I just thought it added a really nice personal touch. Next up, I added these fake icicles, and I really like these. I kind of went crazy with these, but I just really like the look of them, and yeah, I really like the way they dangle and just look kind of realistic. So next up are these sparkly snowflakes. I added a couple of these throughout the tree. These were a kind of like rose gold color. Moving on, I'm adding in some pine cones. I don't feel like this step is very necessary, but I did have this bag of pine cones, so I just decided to add a couple of them throughout the tree just to make it look kind of like a more realistic tree. And then here I'm adding in these fake little birdies. These are just some plain white birds, and I really like the look of them. I just thought they were really cute, and it added a really cute special touch to the tree. Here I'm just adding some finishing touches. I'm just adding in more of those icicles because, like I said, I really like them. And then just adding more ornaments where I felt like parts of the tree were a little bit bald or sparse looking. Next up, I had these leftover white roses that came with that white pearlescent flower that I added earlier, so I decided to add that to the tree along with these little gold seeded buds that also came with that floral bunch. So I just thought that would add some nice touches to the tree. And then I also picked up these very glamorous shimmery little gold picks from Michaels, so I decided to add that to the tree as well. And then lastly, you can't forget the tree topper. I did haul this tree topper in my previous video, and I added it to the tree, and I really liked it, but for some reason I wasn't feeling it too much, so I actually ended up changing it into ribbons, which I will show you guys in the next clip here. So this is a tree topper that I decided to go for. I just YouTubed how to make this bow, and I really liked the way it turned out. And for my tree skirt, I just took a white blanket that I had and just put it around the bottom of the tree, and I really like this look compared to a flat tree skirt. And this is the finished Christmas tree. I love the way that it turned out. I just love how glamorous and pink and girly it looks, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just a couple of tips: make sure not to buy Christmas lights that like are different tones. Like I had a box of lights that are cool tone, and then I went and bought a box from Target that turned out to be more warm tone. So when I turn on the lights, you can definitely see that half of the lights are more warm tone and the other half is more cool tone. Also, don't forget to decorate the very top and the bottom of the tree. I found that since I couldn't really reach the top of the tree, I neglected to put ornaments up there, but I did go ahead and add ornaments to the very top and the bottom of the tree. But those are just some tips for you you. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!